This is an awareness-raising video on globalisation and the current states of affairs, focusing on the worldwide FairTrade Foundation, following our research on the company.
FairTrade Company is a worldwide institution that is better known to us to be a charitable business that provides producers and farmers in less developed countries a better opportunity and a better chance at gaining fairer trade and fairer payment for themselves. But this is not as it seems. We have done some research and we have found things that could be deemed to be pretty unfair. Cutting corners and greedy retailers create yet more expense to FairTrade certified farmers. But surely this company, this institution is a godsend, a charity almost. At least that's how their advertising campaigns portray their services to less developed countries. However, there is a great amount of evidence to suggest that the FairTrade Company contradict their own philosophy with their practice. This contradiction between theory, philosophy and practice can be seen from observing and analysing the underlying standards that are not shown in the media and at face value. For instance, FairTrade usually restricts their sponsorship to landowners, not the actual genuine agricultural labourers who really suffer from the extreme poverty in the less developed countries. Landowners are usually the wealthiest in the provinces and areas of the countries. FairTrade rules prohibit any labourers in less developed countries any opportunity of full-time work, so they can't be working on a permanent basis, no contracts, no nothing. Most people don't actually realise that only 10% of the premium product usually goes to the actual producer, so the farmers. Retailers pocket the rest, yet FairTrade continue to make rash deals with big and greedy corporations. Another problem with this company is that the company are very picky about their placement for production. FairTrade products are heavily and predominantly produced in Mexico, which is different to what we see in the media. We see Africa, we see Nigeria, we see the really perverted countries. Mexico is a much more developed country than, say, Ethiopia. But which environment and which countries are on those commercials?
I'm Marvin. What we're going to do today is we're going to ask you a few questions about the fair trade. Yeah. So what do you know about the work of the fair trade, first of all?
To be honest, I don't know much, but I just know the basics that they identify the injustice between trading, and what they do is they provide support for the farmers. They provide, what's happening is the developed countries that are importing stuff from the third world countries. So what they're trying to do is making the trade fair.
Yeah. So
that the farmers are not working under poor condition, and they're also making it fair that they are given enough wages to so stuff like that.
Another suggestion we would make is that there be more governmental influence and investment and recognition for companies such as FairTrade, because they are doing a good job, but we just don't think that the government is putting enough influence and much attention into that area. More money injected along with external influence into institutions such as FairTrade would develop a much more positive global trading standard. For instance, if the government were to support FairTrade financially, then FairTrade would be able to support more farms in the extremely less developed countries like Ethiopia and not just Mexico. As much as we support the work that FairTrade does and are aware that companies not dissimilar to this make a big difference, however, we feel that not enough is being done to support or manage these companies very well, which may or may not have forced them to commit slight abrasions on their ethics and philosophy. The suggestions put forward by our project have the potential to stamp out any unnecessary glitches in the trading world, therefore to increase globalisation. Putting people who actually care about the communities in real fair trade, rather than some current executives that have the power to make selfish decisions that go against or bend the ethics of the actual organisation itself, conclusively to make the world an oyster for success and cooperation.